Ross?
Here.
White? Here. Taylor?
Here.
Robinson? Here. Baxter?
Here.
Harris?
Here.
Gann?
Here.
And Height?
Present.
Quorum is present, sir.
Thank you very much. I invite you to rise for the prayer and pledge to be led by Councilmember Baxter.
Bow, please. Currently, Father, we're so thankful for this day and the opportunity to gather and conduct the business of the city of North Little Rock. Lord, we're just so thankful that many men and women have provided the freedom that allows us to do that. Lord, we know that today, even we have our brothers and sisters in arms serving in places like Ali Al Salim, Kunsan, Lakenheath, and even locally in the United States, such as Grand Forks, Joint Force, McGuire, Fort Dix. Lord, we just ask a special blessing upon them and their families, Lord, as they deal with this separation. We just ask a special blessing upon them. We ask a special blessing upon this meeting. Lord, we just ask that the decisions we make tonight will be pleasing in your eyes. We'd also be remiss, Lord, if we didn't ask for special blessing upon our own city employees that will be serving on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Lord, just ask a blessing upon them and their family as well. So I ask you to forgive us where we failure, for us these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Second.
On the motion.
On the motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting, Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Anybody want to pull communications? I'm showing 5, is that right? You want to pull number 5? All right, how about a motion to accept 1
Accept
through
and file
4?
1 through 4.
Second.
On the motion.
Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
Number 5, do you want it by title or?
Just the title and then that section that applies to North Little Rock.
Okay,
Please.
so this is an email that you forwarded from Charles Frazier, Executive Director, Rock Region Metro. It's regarding Metro Ride 2020 public meetings, and the one set up in North Little Rock will be on Wednesday, January 22nd from 5 to 7 p.m. It is at Lehman Library on Orange Street, and people are encouraged to RSVP and attend.
Move
Thank you.
accept and file.
Second.
On the motion.
Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
I encourage you to attend that if you have an opportunity. Okay, thank you very much. Let's go to the agenda. And unfinished business.
019-128, Councilmember Taylor.
Please call it.
Hold on just a second. We've got some public comments for legislation. I apologize, I jumped out in front of that.
Did you want to call, to call those, since most of them are the applicants, when the items are called up?
Well, let's see, 140. Yeah, everybody that signed up is regarded to an application for a rezone, something similar. So instead of having you come up, I will hold you until your legislation comes up, and then if your sponsor wants you to come up and speak, we will allow you to do that at that time, okay? Anybody got a problem with that? Okay. All right, Mr. Taylor said call his.
Okay, an ordinance allowing a special use to allow a daycare center in an R3 zone for property located at 2001 Parker Street in the city of North Little Rock, first reading.
Move to suspend the readings.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to suspend all readings on the motion.
Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second to adopt. Any questions, comments on the motion?
Now, this is one that Mr. Pettigrew did sign in that he wanted to speak. If you, I
Okay.
don't know if you want him to or not. I mean,
Okay.
okay. On the motion, you said, Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris? Gann?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Consent agenda, anybody want to pull one? How about a motion to accept?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carries. Let me point out a few things. No, no, I didn't want to bring that up at all. We certainly want to thank Maurice for his past service on the A&P Commission and his future service, so thank you. Also Teresa Burrell on the Housing Authority. Do want to make one comment real quickly on R-19-221. When the governor brought this up during the legislative session, I told him that I wanted to be one of the first to support this House joint resolution, and I knew that our council would too, because of how important it is for monies for us to work on our roads inside the city of North Little Rock, much less outside the city. So I'm glad that y'all agreed to do that with me. And everything else is fine and dandy there. Okay, thank you all very much. New business.
R-19-225, Mayor Smith.
Please call it.
A resolution amending the 2019 budget for the city of North Little Rock to include additional expenses in certain departmental budgets.
Move for adoption.
Second.
Questions, comments on the motion?
Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
R-19-226, Mayor Smith.
Call it.
A resolution approving and certifying amounts of liens to be filed with Pulaski County Tax Collector against certain real properties in the city of North Little Rock as a result of grass cutting expenses and abatement of other nuisances.
Move for adoption.
Second.
Call the public hearing. Anybody here to speak on grass cutting expenses and abatement of other nuisances? Seeing none, close the public hearing on the motion.
Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann? And Height?
Yes.
Ordinances, 019-137, Mayor Smith.
Please call it.
An ordinance establishing job classifications and numbers of employees for each department of the city government of North Little Rock for 2020. First reading.
Second.
Motion to suspend all readings on the motion.
Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
Second.
On the motion.
Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
019-138, Mayor Smith.
Please call it.
An ordinance allowing special use to allow a trailer and truck rental business in a C3 zone for property located at 2010 Pike Avenue in the city of North Little Rock. First reading.
If I can get this to the point, then we'll ask the owner operator to come up and we can ask him questions if we need to.
Vote to suspend the readings.
How about a second? Second. Motion and a second to suspend all readings on the motion.
Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson? Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
Okay, we've got two people on this to speak. One is Andrew Hicks, the other one is Malcolm Keener. So if y'all would like to come up and say what you want to do and why you want to do it and why this council should approve.
Good evening. My name is Malcolm Keener, and I am the business owner at 2010 Pike Avenue. And we're just coming here to want to try to get the approval of a trailer, what is it called again? Truck sharing in regard to the U-Haul business at 2010 Pike Avenue. We have been before the council, the commission, once before about a month ago, and they approved it of us but reduced the amount of trailers and trucks we could have. And I thought at that point that would have been sufficient. But I see we're here again to get approval of it being done because of the wards that we're located in. Our situation with the rentals of the truck sharing of the U-Hauls is at a point to where we may have trucks so temporarily on our lot, but they do not stay on our lot for any some amount of time, should I say. They're there and they're gone, basically. With, you know, it's a come and go, but pretty much constantly, and it's not really constantly, but they don't stay on our lot pretty much at all, that much at all. And it's also a beauty, you know, salon inside the building as well. So that's my argument.
You're the owner of the property,
Yes, sir.
and Mr. Hicks, are you going to be the operator?
No, sir. My name's actually Andrew Hicks. I'm the president of U-Haul of Arkansas. I'm just here to support him and answer any questions y'all might have about the actual U-Haul dealership that he has. That way, if there's any confusion on his part, I can clarify it for him.
Okay, so Mr. Keener, you are the operator of the U-Haul
Yes, sir.
franchise, if you
Yes,
will.
sir.
Okay. Ms. Ross?
Basically, this is for Mr. Hicks, because Mr. Keener, and, well, one thing, let me clear up, it's not you're at the city council because of the ward you're in, you're at the city council because you went before the planning commission, and they're an advisory board to the city council. So
Okay.
it would have, no matter where you were in the city, you would have come to the city council. But this is for Mr. Hicks, because I know Mr. Keener had said that they were unaware, because he's been in business since April without being properly zoned or having a license there for that operation. And he said that, you know, that the dealer or whoever it was with U-Haul told him that he didn't need anything, any kind of zoning or anything. So can you kind of explain that, why he was given that information?
I have a new gentleman that actually runs this route for me. The logistic area that he runs is considered a route, and he just didn't know. That's all it is. It's just human error on his part. It's bad part on my part because I didn't train him correctly. But now that we're in the situation, I'm more than happy to help in any way we can. Make sure it doesn't happen again in the future.
Ms. White?
I've spent a fair bit of time on this and speaking to Mr. Keener on the phone, and I spent some time in front of the business, seeing you have a very active beauty shop, barbershop business. There's no doubt about that. There's a lot of people going in and out. But I'd like to refer to the Planning Commission's notes, which I have here in my hand. And there's several points that were brought out by the Planning Commission staff that I feel like I need to restate. It said, is the size adequate for the development? Is the site of an adequate size for the development? It said, no, there isn't enough parking spots per zoning ordinance for both the barbershop and the trailer and truck rental business. Another question that's asked is, will this set a precedent for future rezoning? Answer, an approval of heavy commercial in this area may attract other similar requests in the area. And then there was the question is, should a different zoning classification be requested? A C4 with a conditional use would be the lowest zoning classification that would allow in this use. That type of zone is not appropriate for this area, nor would it comply with the land use plan. And there's further comments in the summary. Additionally, use of the property for a heavy commercial business does not comply with the city's land use for this area. And the applicant did meet with the design review committee. So I'm kind of going on the facts that I've read that our planning people have set forth. I realize the Planning Commission did pass it with some new restrictions, but for this reason, I can't be supportive of this.
What were the new restrictions?
What's shown in the legislation. There's a maximum of 6 rental trailers on the site at any one time. There was something else that,
Wasn't there
I think it's just
something
the
about the number of
was-
beauty chairs or something? There was, Mr. Spencer's here, he might be able to.
You got an answer on that, Sean?
I thought it was just the 6.
I think the original request was for 10, and so the Planning Commission had brought it down to 6. And then there was another requirement on what times that the trucks could be there at the same time as the barber shop or the beauty salon, and that got removed.
They got
So-
removed?
Yeah, so the Planning Commission felt that, I think their argument was, if he wants to park too many trucks there and there's not enough for the customers, that's his poor judgment on how to run this business. And our concern was those customers park on the neighbor's property.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Ross?
I know there was also concern at the Planning Commission meeting about, State Highway Department does not allow commerce on their property. And as far as the easements and, when the I don't know if it was the large truck or the trailer that was parked close to the street. So I don't know if that was ever resolved or not, as far as the easement is the cars being parked out there right beside the sidewalk. So I don't know.
It would have to be back in the sidewalk.
Right. It was right beside it. So that was just another issue. I didn't understand if they ever had that resolved.
Well, go ahead. I'm sorry, Mr. Taylor.
Well, I have a question. I guess it don't really have anything to do with anything, but I guess I want to ask anyway. I'm trying to figure out how the businesses kind of mesh. So you have Barber and Beauty, and then U-Haul Rentals. How?
Well, in reference to the meshing, it wasn't totally well, it's basically dealing with helping the community, if I should say that. In regards to, there was a U-Haul business on Camp Robinson. That particular business had been there for many years, and they decided to close down. And shortly after they closed was basically within the transition of us becoming about. And in the U-Haul business or the U-Haul industry, it helps the people in our community. Without a doubt, people call us every day, basically, you got a truck, because they're moving, people are moving. And so we've had people to come to us to call us because we were closer to them, because they didn't want to have to drive all the way to 65th Street or Canis or something like that to pick up a truck. And sometimes our convenience will allow us to be able to get a truck for them and bring it to our property for them to take wherever they're going to take it to.
So, but that's not the closest U-Haul for them. The closest one would be right over here on what?
Yeah, one on Cypress.
Yeah.
You have that one. And then you also have one on MacArthur as well.
We've actually done, excuse me, we've actually done studies, we've been in business since 1947, and we've done studies and found that the typical person would rather pick up within 2 to 3 miles of their home instead of traveling 4, 5, 10, 20 miles out. So we try to partner with as many businesses as possible to get the customer closer to where they need to pick up first off and where they need to drop off second off. You asked, well, how do we mesh with their business? We mesh with every business. I've got 200 dealers in the state, and they range from flea markets to beauty salons, tattoo parlors, you name it, they're involved. Across the United States, we've got over 20,000 locations that are actually independent businessmen like himself that are actually renting our equipment. The lady before you, I apologize, I didn't hear her name, mentioned they were reading as a heavy commercial. Our trucks are not heavy commercial, they're light. Heavy commercial is a 6-wheeler, 2 tandem axles in the rear, solid axle in front. Ours are not. None of our trucks are considered heavy commercial. They're all light commercial trucks. Same thing, you can pretty much buy at any dealership. So just to clarify on that real quick, and I wish I would have known about the Planning Commission meeting. I would have been there to answer their questions because, there is a lot of misconception on U-Hauls. We don't move into an area and partner with people to de-beautify the area. We try to manage the location. He does have a limited lot. Our computer system allows us to actually go in and put what we call a truck limit on there and trailer limit, so we can make sure that we cut them off. Say if he has 6 trucks, just to use an example, and there's 2 people moving into town, we can say they can't have any more, and we'll redirect them to North Side, Canis, MacArthur, wherever we need to. That's all in our computer system, so we eliminate that concern. Does it still happen once in a while where a customer drives by and sees it and just pulls in? It does, but we see that as soon as we open up the next morning, and we get it rectified immediately.
Other questions? Yes, ma'am.
I just kind of explain where I am on this. And I've talked to Mr. Keener also. And, one of the things, there's been so much done down on Pike Avenue just lately, as far as the area, as far as, like you said, beautification of the area. We've got Carelinks that have done a lot of work, and we've got Rockwater coming up that way. And I asked Mr. Keener, I said, if he could park his trailers back behind or back from the street, but they're parked right there on the street where you see them, and you just got rows of trailers, and then you've got the big box truck and everything. And that was one of my things, if they could be parked in the back, like you said, people sometimes pull through, but if they were parked back in the back as opposed to being, they're out in front of the beauty shop there. So that's where I am opposed to it right now.
It's a special use, council members, so have it your way.
Mr. Keener said that he has no room to park them in the back, because I've talked to him about that.
Now, with respect to what we're saying, there can be maybe one trailer or truck behind the building, but based on our location of property, they would be lined up. If you're facing my building, I got parking in front, I have parking along the side up to the building, and I have parking on the right side of the building. Those trucks or those trailers would be located or lined up on the right side of my parking area and on my parking lot. I think going back to the reference of a particular entity saying that we were on their lot, it was only because of unknowing it was their lot. Other than that, the trailers would have been on our lot like they have been from this point on. So in regards to parking of trailers, in regards to the reduction of what the commission has granted us, I think that there would certainly be no problem based on how we park our trucks on our lot, trucks or trailers, because they would definitely be away from the easement of the curve, which was, I think, our initial complaint, which once that happened, we immediately rectified that situation.
Okay, do I have a motion to adopt? Seeing none, it fails for a lack of a motion, so we'll hold it. It's going to be held, Mr. Keener. Nobody wanted to put their name on it to adopt it. So I'm going to leave it on the agenda, and we'll see if somebody will ask us to vote. Y'all know my opinion on this, that this thing needs to be, what's the word, adjudified? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Yeah, he's got to have a right to do whatever he wants to do.
I'll put it on the floor. I mean, so I'm so moved.
Got a motion and a second on the motion.
On the motion to adopt, Ross?
No.
White?
No.
Taylor?
No.
Robinson?
No.
Baxter?
No.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
No.
Height?
No.
Motion failed, and just so you know, the trailers and trucks have been there since April of this year. So it's been a business operating without a license for that time.
Your application's been turned down,
Yes, sir.
so you'll have to cease and desist with your U-Haul project there. Okay?
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
019-139, Councilmember Robinson.
Please.
An ordinance allowing a special use to allow a daycare center in an R5 zone for property located at 1821 Edmund Street, first reading.
Move to suspend the readings.
Motion to suspend all readings.
Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson? Yes. Baxter?
Yes.
Harris? Yes. Gann?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
I'd like to add
Without objection, we will do that. Anybody object? Thank you very much.
move to adopt.
Second.
On the motion.
On the motion to adopt, Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris? Yes. Gann?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
For the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris? Yes. Gann? And Height?
Yes.
019-140, Councilmember Taylor.
Please call it.
An ordinance granting a conditional use to allow a contractor's office with outdoor storage in a C4 zone for property located at 3100 East Broadway, first reading.
Move to suspend the readings.
Second.
On the motion to suspend all readings. On the motion.
Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris? Yes. Gann?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
Ms. Taylor.
Contractor's office.
We have the, one of the applicants is here.
Contract. Storage.
Larry Bryan.
That would be vehicles, equipment such as track hose, skid steers, trailers, trucks, that kind of thing.
They're not for sale, they're just your property. that-
Yes, sir, they are our property. That's what we use in our emergency response.
Okay, is the
business.
front of your property fenced?
Yes, sir. We're fenced on 3 sides. The other side is directly adjacent to another business. Share a fence with them.
Mr. Baxter.
I have a question about the 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, hours of operation.
Yes, sir. We are an emergency response company. We respond to truck wrecks, train wrecks, natural disasters. We provide support to flood incidents, oil spills, that kind of thing. We're not in the office 24 hours a day, but we're on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
What's the name of your company?
Code 3 Services.
Okay, where are we, Ms. Whitby? We need a motion.
Yes.
How about a motion?
So moved.
Second.
On the motion.
Motion to adopt, Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
On 19-141, council members Baxter and Harris.
Please call it.
An ordinance allowing a special use to allow indoor recreation in an I-2 zone for property located at 41 Collins Industrial Place in the city of North Little Rock. First reading.
Move to suspend all readings.
Second.
On the motion.
On the motion to suspend, Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
Move for adoption.
Second.
Any questions, comments? On the motion.
Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
019-142, Mayor Smith.
Please call it.
An ordinance granting a waiver of section 14.19 of the zoning ordinance to allow an electronic changeable copy sign on property located at 4500 East McCain in the city of North Little Rock. First reading.
Move to suspend all readings.
Second.
On the motion to suspend all readings.
Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
Question?
I guess my only question is, are we going around not doing, creating a sign district for this particular sign? Is that what we're waiving, or what are we waiving?
Size.
Well, here's Sean.
This is in a district. They're not wanting to follow the guidelines of the district.
Basically, it's an old sign, and they're just replacing it. And in the rules, it calls it, you got to come back to us when you're replacing a sign. It's the same size, same location, same everything. It's just a new sign.
Is it within an electronic changeable copy sign district?
Yes,
It is?
yeah,
Okay.
yes. East McCain is in a district. So the issue is when, at the end of its life, if you could call it that, it is, if they want to replace it, they either need to follow the guidelines that were set that said a monument sign only and so big, or they got to come back to ask to replace it up high where it's at now.
Yeah, but it's the same sign, same size, same everything. Yeah.
Right. Well, it went from a red dot to a full color screen and everything. So
Drive by it every day.
you'll have to meet all the ordinance, all the requirements of timing and light brightness
Yeah.
and that kind of stuff.
Just one question.
Sure.
What about the size? Is it the same size as the old sign?
It appears to be, it's real close. Yeah. But the new
appears-
ordinance requires it to be
State that again. It appears what?
real close to the same size. I mean, visually it looks real close. It might even be a little smaller, maybe.
So basically, excuse me for interrupting. So basically, their current sign has worn out. Is that correct?
Yes.
And they just want to replace that sign that's worn out with one exactly like it, correct?
With today's technology. So before it was just a red dot, it was only red dots, and now it'll have looks like a full video type capabilities.
So they currently have the red LED type deal.
Correct.
And they're just changing to electronic changeable copy sign.
Yes.
That's true. Ms. Ross.
So it's basically a TV screen in the sky, correct? It's going to, it'll
Yes.
be the size, it'll be a TV screen. It's-
But they'll have to
from the
go
red-
by the rules. They
Right,
can't
yeah.
change but every 15.
So there won't be motion on it. It'll change every 15 to 30 seconds. I'll have to look at the ordinance, what it says, and then we'll have to go out and measure it and make sure it's not too bright.
Okay, how about a motion to adopt?
So move.
Second.
Hey, Mayor, this one needs a public hearing.
Oh, by golly, we'll call a public hearing. Anybody here other than Mr. Oldner want to speak on this issue? Seeing none, close the public hearing on the motion.
Ross?
Sorry,
I just had a
Ms.
question.
Ross?
I still had a question. So, when we have these electronic copy signed districts, and the goal was to bring them back to the 9 feet, to the 6-foot monument signs and everything. And so when we continue to, you do for one, you do for all. And so when the next one comes along that doesn't have this, they're going to say, well, they've got one, why can't we have one? And so then they're just copying that one more. So that's where I kind of stand on it right now, is that we'll never,
I understand
we'll never get
that.
away from the 6 feet.
I understand that.
And we have turned down some out there recently.
I don't remember that one.
I do.
Steve? Tell me about it later. On the motion.
The motion to adopt, Ross?
No.
White?
No.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
No.
Height?
Yes.
Okay, on the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
019-143, council members Height, Gann, and Ross.
Please call it.
An ordinance granting a waiver of section 14.25 of the zoning ordinance to allow 2 overhang signs in a C2 zone for property located at 5116 John F. Kennedy Boulevard. First reading.
Move to suspend all readings.
Second.
On the motion to suspend.
Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
Give me a motion.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Second.
Question.
I just want to say, I asked to be the sponsor on this, even though it's in Ward 4, because it's going to be a major upgrade. They're putting over $500,000 into this remodel. And actually, the only thing they're wanting is just on the awning. We don't have regulations as far as, it says signs can't be attached to the roof, and this is to the awning, and so how do you define? So that's why it came forth, the only reason it came forth to council.
Which project is this?
Splash, on JFK.
They're
Ash?
Yeah, they're
Yeah, I
spending,
saw that.
excuse me if interrupting, but they're spending quite a bit of money up there for renovation and just making that section of JFK really look nice. And
I agree. I saw the drawings. It looks
Yeah.
good. Ms. Gann?
Is there anybody that has the drawings that can go up there? Because it does look really good, the drawings. Do we have one that can go up on
It's in
top
the
of the thing?
It's in the legislation, so, yeah.
Okay.
And I will add, the one in Northwest Arkansas is beautiful, so.
Okay, good deal. On the motion.
Mayor?
Yes.
Public
Public
hearing.
hearing.
I've got Christmas dinner on my mind.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All public hearing. Anybody here to speak on this issue? 019-143. Seeing none, close the public hearing on the motion.
Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
Height?
yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann? And Height?
Yes.
Concludes all business.
Thank you very much. Only person for public comments, Jimmy Yard.
Ain't depend on anybody to come help you anymore. Go sit in the truck. Want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And Mayor, I know we're not supposed to ask questions, but how are you doing?
I'm recovering ever so slowly, but I'm on the mend. Thank you for asking. Any council member? Mr. Height?
Yeah, I just I had a conversation with Charles Frazier this morning and last week about this Ride 2020, and I told him that I would do everything I can to announce it, publicize it, promote it, et cetera. They're really looking for input from the community on these open houses, and this won't be the last time that you'll hear anything from me. And we're going to read it again next month, but Wednesday, January the 22nd, they're going to have an open house at the Lehman Library, and they're inviting the public to attend. That they want to hear their input about their 2020 transit network plans down there. So for those of y'all that can make it, I'm going to try to attend, and let's hope we get a big crowd down there. Thank you.
Thank you, Charlie. Anybody else? I certainly want to say Merry Christmas to everybody and Happy Holidays, and Everybody be safe out there, no doubt. And Chief, make sure that all your guys are paying attention and being safe. Andrew, is this going to be your last council meeting? It is. If y'all get a chance, go back there and hug Andrew's neck. He is retiring soon.
Wednesday will be my last day of employment for December 31st.
Well, we're going to miss you, man. You've been great to me and been a good friend. Thank you. Merry Christmas. How about a motion?
Second.
On the motion.
Ross? White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson? Baxter? Harris? Gann? And Height?
Yes.